The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index producing unending tears and sadness for the Moon Boys for well over 2 months. Will the baby bulls be able to produce a comeback of a lifetime and defend the $40,000 level? Or is there something absolutely much more devastating on the way? I'm your host, Melvin McGew, and just like you, I'm running low on juice and begging for something to be let loose. And boy, do I think Bitcoin is about to do just that. Absolutely time-sensitive alerts as well. If you guys are interested in any bonuses or the competition, make sure to just leave your comment below. It's for subscribers. Never respond to any scammers. I have one Twitter, one Instagram. They're both below. The rest are all fake accounts. They could have 30, 40, 50,000 followers. They're not real followers. You can buy fake followers. And you can tell they're fake because the engagement on those fake profiles is like nothing, right? They'll have 10 comments of fire emojis, and that's it, with 50,000 followers, okay? This doesn't make any sense. It's because they're not real followers. Without any further ado, unbelievable. So we're going to be getting a weekly candle in just hours here. By the time you're watching this video, potentially, we have already gotten it. At the time of recording, we have about 5 hours here. So as you can see, guys, we've been on a downtrend since the beginning of November. It's been a solid 2 months of straight carnage. Absolute finger blasting from the bears. And the bulls have taken it, they've taken it. And again, there's no need to update about these moving averages or key levels. We're still below all of them. Absolutely. Very big. But the key thing here is, again, 40K is like that last big level. And again, last video I talked about like 2 days ago was that I could see 40K being that bottom. However, you know, a quick wick down to even 35, 36, something like that, to absolutely rustle everyone's jimmies is more likely than it is not. That happens more than it doesn't happen, okay? Big support level, everyone's been watching, or usually there's a big support level, everyone watches, and then on these dumps, does it always bounce exactly at that big support level? No, it usually goes significantly below it very, very quickly, and then ultimately does find support on that level everyone was, you know, calling for, but not before going below it and wicking, okay? Before we go further into that, Bitcoin falls towards 40K, racking up its longest losing streak in, 4 years, since 2018. Okay, seventh straight day here falling with the longest losing streak since 2018, slipping toward that key level of about 40K. And market analysts have warned that Bitcoin might be prone to a steeper sell-off, though there were some signs late last week that the market might be stabilizing. Some bulls are still betting that the market is on the cusp of a fresh bull run, but there are some analysts, specifically from Fundstrat, saying that we might have to see it drop down a little bit below 40K to about 39.5 first, just like where we bottomed a few months ago back in September. And as well, is there a crash ahead? There are some experts warning inflation could whip up a 30K retest yet again. Now, again, this isn't my opinion. I don't think this is the case. However, actually, before we go any further, the Fear and Greed Index, right now it's about 23. Yesterday it was a 10, okay? Last week it was a 29. Last month it was a 24. It has been consistently extremely fearful for a long time now. And again, if you're looking for a bottom, that's something you do want to see. Let's say that Bitcoin was still sitting at about, 75 on this chart. That wouldn't be good, okay? Nobody was fearful. That would make me think, wow, I guess we have a long way to go. But we've been consistently in the dumpy zone here in the fear and greed for a long, long, long time. And, okay, this isn't an opinion. It's not subjective. But objectively, when we do that, that usually makes it more likely that that is a bottom, that is the bottom or close to the bottom. But now, according to Alex Kruger here, the lowest Bitcoin could go here, according to him, would be about 30K based on the U.S. inflation data here. And there actually is a date for this, okay? So the Fed has been buying about $80 billion worth of government bonds and $40 billion worth of mortgage-backed securities every month for almost the last 2 years, since the beginning of 2020. Meanwhile, the U.S. central bank has kept its benchmark interest rates near zero, making lending individuals and businesses cheaper. But the damage of doing that is inflation, okay, which reached a near 4-decade high of about almost 7% here. So as well, we have Mike McGlone from Bloomberg talking about a 40K flip, obviously very important here. But also the main point here, Kruger noting that Bitcoin has already dropped too much from its record highs insofar that it now stands technically oversold, okay, especially if you look on the RSI. So if the CPI reading surprises on the downside, markets could expect Bitcoin to pop and trend up for a while. But also this Wednesday, we will have the U.S. inflation data here. So let's expect volatility midweek. Could that volatility be massive dumpy or massive pumpiness to the upside? That is exactly the question. And really, I mean, that kind of sums up everything I think is important. Looking at these charts, there's really not too much to talk about other than we need to see 40,000 flip as support, okay? You see the RSI on the weekly. This is a very key level that we really do not want to go much below. The only 2 times we significantly dipped below that in the past 6 years was back at the bottom of the bear market in 2018 and then the crash at the beginning of 2020, okay? So we've gotten dumped on, okay? We've gotten dumped on a lot. So it does not make sense to expect a lot more dumpage, okay? There's only so much pumping you can do before you need massive dumping, and there's only so much dumping you can do before you need to pump. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications, never miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts, guys. Make sure to drop your comment below to enter for BTC or equivalent in a ledger or equivalent in BTC. If you're interested in any bonuses, make sure to check everything out below. Securing crypto, altcoins, trading, anything like that. And never send anyone your crypto, okay? Everyone pretending to be me or anyone else in the comments just wants you to send them crypto for you to never receive double back again. Without any further ado, that's it for me.